In today's video, I'm going to show you a drill with backwards roller skating. I am really excited to show you this drill. So this is gonna really help you direct your movement when you are backwards roller skating. So if you want to learn how to have control, direct what direction you're going when you're skating backwards, and even do those really cool, like when you see skaters like skating backwards and they're able to direct themselves any direction they want, and it looks really fluid and smooth, that is what this drill in this video is going to help you with. So watch this tutorial. I'm gonna break it down and demonstrate it for you as always, step by step, and give you all my tips. This will really help you, most of all, just be able to change your directions easily and quickly on skates when you're skating backwards. This is definitely a footwork drill, so it's concentrated on how you can build your skills roller skating, but specifically moving laterally, so side to side, while skating backwards. If you're ready to improve your backward skating skills, let's get right into this tutorial, and I have a lot to teach you. We're gonna start off with learning how to do the lateral box. I tried to make this drill as accessible possible so you can do this outdoors. Definitely choose a spot that's flat ground, wear your protective gear, and have fun with it. So number one, you're going to mark the spots that you're gonna be stopping. You can draw the pattern if you want to, or you can just know I'm moving this way, then this way. To mark your stopping points for this drill, you can use anything that you have, such as like some extra wheels, like I'm gonna use in this video, or you can also use some tape and mark the spot with that. Then you can also use chalk. I use chalk to draw the lines. You don't have to, but you can. You could just mark it on the ground, like with an X or a circle. Yeah, just anything that you have around, you can use to mark your spots. So I'm gonna use the roller skate wheels and just set those on the ground. I started off by setting down the wheels about 5 feet apart. And then once you're ready to do the drill quicker, you can move them closer together, like 2 to 3 feet apart. That way you don't have to do it right off the bat with a lot of speed and stop quickly. You can have some time to do each step of this drill. You can use whatever distance apart that you want. The further apart you set them, the slower it'll be skating from one point to the other, and the more momentum you'll need to keep rolling. And the closer together, the quicker your footwork will need to be. So yeah, basically just set it on the ground, 2 different points, and you're going to do the drill skating from one point to the other, backwards, back and forth. Basically, you just need some kind of thing that you can set on the ground or mark the ground with so that you can know your target point when you are trying to stop. All right, how to do it. Choose a starting spot and a direction. It doesn't matter if you go right to left or left to right, it's up to you. But the first thing we're gonna do is move laterally, so side to side. I recommend you can stand and then just lift your heels and then set them back down while you turn your hips and roll backwards, and then lift your heels and stop there. Just practice that back and forth, and then repeat the same thing towards the other direction. You want to also make sure while you're doing this drill to use your skater stance. I teach this in all my videos. You can watch other ones on my channel, but essentially what you want to do is have your lead foot forward and have a staggered stance. Bend your knees and keep them flexible. You should be able to bounce your weight up and down, and make sure that you're keeping your weight balanced by keeping your shoulders over your hips, over your feet. And as always, if you squat into it, you're going to be able to have a lot more control of your momentum, and it's also safer than standing straight up. So make sure you follow those tips with stance. You are ready to go. This is the basics we're going to start off. Point A to point B, back to point A. Point A to point B to point A. Just practice going back and forth each direction and stopping. So when you stop, you can stop like this. Use your heels to direct you where you want to stop at. And you're going to move them over and then back. And as you're moving laterally, you want your feet to be staggered. So watch my feet. And then together. These can go at a different time. They don't have to be at the same time. Your outside foot is going to direct you the most, and your inside foot will follow. Outside foot leading. You don't have to do any of these drills from a standing point. You can also roll into them. You just have to be able to direct yourself once you're already rolling. So that's why I suggest starting just standing and rolling into it so you don't have too much momentum, and then eventually going into it with momentum and adding that speed to it. If you're noticing that you're not able to roll, you can give yourself a push to get started and start this drill rolling. You don't have to do it standing, but you do need a start point and a direction you're going to move. Once you start figuring out what pattern you want to move, what direction you want to practice, if you notice that you're losing your momentum, meaning you're not rolling, you're kind of slowly rolling, your points, your stopping points are too far apart, or you need to push between. That means you're ready to move them closer, so that'll be a quicker stopping point. If you need to add speed, make sure you're on flat ground, because what may be slowing you down is you're actually on an incline and you're losing momentum. So make sure you're on something completely flat to practice this, and something smooth would be nice too. So now we have both of these a lot closer together, and you can move a lot quicker, which requires a lot more skill and control. So let's try that. So you want to use your hips to direct where you want to go, and visualize yourself while you're doing this. You are the ship and your butt is the rudder, and wherever you point the rudder, that's where it's going to direct your ship. Basically the thing that wherever I point it is where I'm going to go when you're skating backwards. Also, you know, be aware of your shoulders, and your heels will direct your footwork. So wherever your heels are going is where your feet will go. Wherever your hips are going is where your body is going to go with backwards skating. That's an amazing tip that helped me so much with my backwards skating. So I hope that helps you. It's just like a little mental thing that you can keep in mind that will really help out. The more you sit into it, sit down, the more control you have using your hips. So watch when I stand up straight and do this. Watch how I do it when my hips are lower and I'm sitting into it. See how sharp of a turn you can make? That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please tag me if you try it. And I hope that this gives you a good start. I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hot. I'm putting in the work. I'm sweating here. Sweat and makeup do not mix.